They say artists fall in love with ghosts. And honestly, I think I've dated men who weren't even fully solid. Men who flicker in and out of your life like candlelight. They glow just enough to keep you staring. Ever looked back at your past flings and cringed so hard you want to sage your entire dating history? Yeah, same. Some of my choices were so questionable, I convinced my soul temporarily went on airplane mode. But here's the part that slapped me awake. There was a pattern, a flavor, a type. Emotionally distant, mysterious, slightly chaotic, hasn't healed a single childhood wound. My brain goes, yes, chef, this is the one. Why? Why do I, a functioning adult, walking straight into the same trap, like a moth to a flame, fully knowing the fire might burn me, yet completely hypnotized? So today, while painting Frida Kahlo, we're going to unpack why unavailable men feel magnetic, why Frida loved someone who kept breaking her, and how all this secretly leads us back to self-love. Let's emotionally deep clean together. Nobody warns you about this part. When someone gives you breadcrumbs, a late night you up, a vague compliment, a half-effort emoji, your brain releases dopamine. Same chemical as gambling. It's not romance, it's casino love. The less they give you, the more your brain thinks the jackpot is coming. So you keep pulling the emotional slot machine, checking your phone, rereading texts, reading way too much into the silence, because silence suddenly feels louder than words. This is called limerence, the addiction to potential. Not the person, the almost. We're not chasing him. We're chasing the high of almost love. Tell me if this sounds familiar. You checked your phone like it's a lottery ticket. You screenshot his text to your friends like FBI analysts. You build a whole fanfiction in your head off 2 emojis. It's embarrassing, it's human, and it's everywhere. But Frida Kahlo? She understood this long before psychology did. Frida was rebellious, brilliant, soft, fierce, contradictory. A storm wrapped in flowers. Then there was Diego Rivera, her gravitational pull, her obsession, her flame. He betrayed her, left her, came back, left again, loved her, hurt her, returned. And still, she painted him, over and over and over. People say she was weak. She wasn't. She was devoted, and devotion mixed with longing becomes its kind of madness. Frida once said, I suffered 2 accidents in my life, one in which a streetcar knocked me down, and the other was Diego. But here's the thing, she didn't regret the love. Artists don't love people. We turn them into meaning, into metaphors, into brushstrokes. Frida didn't love Diego because he was perfect. She loved him because something in her believed she could turn pain into beauty, and she did. But she also learned, slowly, painfully, that her greatest masterpiece was herself. So why are we repeating the same story in 2025? Because scarcity tricks the brain. If someone is emotionally available, consistent, kind, and stable, our unhealed parts whisper, too easy, too safe, no spark. But unavailable, confusing, hot and cold, chaotic? Your nervous system goes, ah yes, my childhood trauma flavor. We chase it because deep down, we want to finally win the love we never fully received growing up. So the chase becomes a mission, a project, a performance for an audience who isn't even paying attention. But here's the truth. If you loved yourself enough, really loved yourself, the chase would feel like disrespect, not destiny. When someone pulls away, your healed self wouldn't wonder, what did I do wrong? You would think, oh, that's not for me. Who are you trying to convince? Him or yourself. Be honest. Breaking the pattern isn't about avoiding every man who looks like a red flag, though it's tempting. It starts with treating your own piece like it's limited edition. Unavailable men aren't lessons. They're mirrors. Mirrors showing where the wound still lives. Frida painted her pain until it transformed, until she could look at it without collapsing. Maybe we need to do the same. Turn longing into lessons, turn confusion into clarity, turn chaos into boundaries. The next time someone sends mixed signals, don't decode, detach. Next time someone disappears, don't chase, choose yourself. Next time someone treats you like an option, don't negotiate, navigate away. Closure isn't something they give you. It's something you create. Here's the part people forget. Frida left Diego. She lived alone. She traveled, painted, loved, danced, and learned. She rebuilt her identity outside him. Her strongest work came during their separation. She didn't get over him. She grew beyond him. That's self-love. Not the cute kind, the fierce, boundary-setting, identity-building kind. Self-love is choosing who you become over who you're afraid to lose. Self-love is realizing the flame looks beautiful, but you don't need to burn to feel warm. Self-love is choosing moonlight over fire because the moon won't scorch you for admiring it. Frida loved Diego, but she became Frida because she learned to love herself more. And that's what we're doing too. Slowly, awkwardly, beautifully. Here's what I wish my younger self heard. Your masterpiece isn't the man who's confusing you. It's the woman you're building. Frida's greatest creation wasn't Diego. It was herself. And maybe ours will be too. So tell me, with love and a tiny bit of roasting, are you still painting someone who won't stay? Or are you finally painting you? And before we close this little studio session, I want you to sit with one last thought. Frida didn't wait for life to be gentle before she chose herself. She chose herself in the middle of chaos, heartbreak, confusion. On the days she felt strongest, and the days she could barely stand. So if today feels messy, or unsure, or painfully human, you're not behind. You're just in the middle of your masterpiece. Keep painting, keep choosing you, and I'll see you in the next story. And if you're new here, this is Flowanna, your friendly, chaotic art therapist with a paintbrush. See you guys next time.